The woman was already 8 months pregnant, but her waist was still slender and her figure hadn't changed at all, and she bought 3 caddies of pork from the butcher shop every day. After the young man noticed his wife's abnormal behavior, he thought she was having an affair, but just as he was about to rush over to get to the bottom of it, he was stopped by a Taoist priest. Then the Taoist priest said to the young man, his wife was not a human being at all, but a mantis spirit that had cultivated into human form. Later the Taoist priest warned the young man, mantis spirits need to eat a lot of raw meat to nourish themselves when pregnant, and when it's time to give birth, they will take their husbands as the final nourishment, gnawing them down to the bones, and tomorrow would be the man's last day alive. But hearing such absurd words, the young man refused to believe it. He hastily retorted that his wife was gentle and kind, not even bearing to step on an ant, and could never be a mantis spirit. After hearing this, the Taoist priest didn't say anything more, only gave the young man a paper talisman, telling him to keep it close to his body, then disappeared in an instant. At first the young man thought he had met a charlatan, and didn't pay much attention to it, but when he got home, he found a big bag of raw meat at the door, and the corner of his wife's mouth in the room still had blood stains on it at that time. This startled him a lot, thinking his wife was really a spirit, but when he looked closely he found his wife was eating a dragon fruit, and the reason she went to the butcher shop was to make pork rib soup for him. Seeing this scene, the young man finally breathed a sigh of relief, but who knew when he was taking a bath at night, the young man found a lot of bugs suddenly appearing in the house, and at that moment on his phone, there was just a clip of Black Cat Sheriff playing. At that very moment, he was horrified to see through the bathroom door that his wife had turned into a huge mantis. This scared him out of his wits, so he hurried to turn around to find the paper talisman the Taoist gave him for self-defense. But when the door opened, he realized it was just his illusion. It turned out his wife was holding a cake, preparing to celebrate his birthday. The young man then knew he had been overthinking. In the middle of the night his wife said her due date was approaching, and wanted to go back to the old house to wait for childbirth, saying that according to their family rules, women must go back to the old house with their husbands when pregnant, so that they can give birth smoothly and both mother and child can be safe. Though the young man was a little reluctant, he finally agreed. But who knew the next day, just as they were about to set off, that mysterious Taoist priest came again. Then he warned the young man again, when a mantis gives birth it will definitely lure its husband back to the nest, saying if the young man really went to his wife's old house, it would be walking right into a trap. But the young man still refused to believe it after hearing this. There was no way, so the Taoist priest gave him another brocade bag, saying this item could break the invisibility and make spirits show their true forms, telling the young man to open it when his wife was giving birth, and it could save his life. After saying that, the Taoist priest forced the brocade bag into the young man's hand, then turned around and left. Soon the couple drove towards the woman's hometown, but the closer they got to the old house, the more uneasy the young man felt. Bugs were swarming on the road, almost covering the windshield completely, but his wife explained that the countryside had a good environment, which was why there were so